The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, the amusement industry, and everything to do with fun. Here are your hosts, Carsten Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hu.
Welcome to the Rundown on Fun, your weekly podcast where we cover Cedar Point, Six Flags news, and everything to do with fun. I'm Carsten, and Kyle is MIA at the moment, and I have Evan here, and we're just gonna continue recording, and maybe Kyle will up here eventually. He got lost after Cedar Point. Haven't seen him or anything like that. So, it's just kind of like, so. But yes, we've got some new stuff. We've got a lot of trip stuff that we're going to talk about. Like, Evan, your trip to California, and you got to go to Knott's Berry Farm and Six Flags Magic Mountain. And I heard that you got all of the credits at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I'm a little salty.
We sure did.
A little salty on that.
Magically. It was quite literally magic. We'll get into it.
Yeah. And then, anyway, we've got Coaster Mania coming up this will be recorded on Saturday. So it was yesterday. And, yeah, right. You know what? Coaster Mania, we'll talk about it, not this next week, but the following week after that, because we're going to take a break because Evan, you're going to be gone. And then we're just going to take a break, and hopefully we'll get Kyle back on the show. And so Coaster Mania will be already gone, so on and so forth. But and hopefully everybody had fun with our first ever ride and snap. Everyone's like, "What's ride and snap? What's ride and snap?" I'm like, well, the ride and snap is literally we ride and then we snap a photo. Literally, that's it. Ride and snap a photo. So,
and as we've said, it's basically a ride takeover, but we can't say that anymore. So
right, yeah. Just a quick get together and
okay,
stuff.
I'm pulling the curtain back just a little bit. We're recording this on Tuesday. This is going to drop on Saturday, so we're real confused right now. We're talking in the future tense. The future past tense. That Coaster Mania already happened.
Yeah, it already happened and went off.
But it happened yesterday.
And it went off without a hitch and nothing,
Yeah, it was great. It was perfect. The best ERT we've ever had ever.
This is, you know what, Evan? You know what? Screw it. We're gonna release this tonight. How's that?
There we go.
We'll just release this tonight.
A special Tuesday night edition.
A special Tuesday night edition, and I'm not going to edit that out because that was weird. But yeah. Anyway, so Coaster Mania,
and then it'll be like almost two weeks before we drop another episode. But it's fine.
It's fine. That's okay. But whatever. So Coaster Mania, we're going to just release this tonight. Coaster Mania is going to be this Friday. Tickets are already sold out. Evan, you gave us the whole itinerary last week. We're not going to go run through that again. So that
is come to ride and snap. That's the thing.
Come to the ride and snap. And we made sure I looked at the time between like dinner and also like other ERTs, and also there's the comedy show. I tried to like plan it in between to where we're going to literally meet at, and I made an event on our Facebook page. It's going to be Magnum, and we'll be meeting at the Magnum sign, and we're going to meet there at 5:30 p.m. and then we're going to wait in line, and then we'll ride hopefully Magnum around 6 o'clock or so. And then afterwards we'll snap a photo, and then everybody can go about their way and kind of do their own thing and stuff. But yes, I would really, really love for a huge turnout and stuff like that.
With extra steps.
Yeah. So, it'd be really nice. Hopefully I will maybe remember the CP Rundown flag that I had made and was excited to use it on opening day and totally dropped the ball on that. So there's also that. I know, right? And then we also have Barrels and Bites that's going to be coming on Saturday.
It starts Friday night, but
it does. It starts
Saturday.
It starts Friday night. The first night is Friday night, and we'll be checking that out and so on, and things like that. But then we actually got invited from the park for Creators Day for that event, which I'm looking forward to. So we're gonna be able to try some of the food, some of the drinks, kind of give you a little bit of of like some insight of what's going on, how the event's going to work, if it's going to be like a la carte. I do know that when I went down to Kings Island, I checked out I think it's a food and wine festival. I think that's what it's called. I checked that out, and it was all a la carte. It was literally like, I think you can get like a sampling of wine, I think, for maybe $6.99, I think, something like that. And then there was like, you can get like a full pour of a wine. I think it was $12.99. And then the food was anywhere from like maybe $5.99 to $6.99 to, I don't know, I think $12.99 for like a shareable meal or something. Like you can get like the what is it? I can't remember. My brain is tired. It's like the meats and things like that, where meats and cheeses. Charcuterie. There it is. Charcuterie for two kind of thing, which was kind of nice. Again,
man, I'm looking at their menu. It's good. They got some good stuff.
Yeah. If anyone wants to go take a peek at Kings Island's website, go take a peek there and go check it out. The food looked really good. I unfortunately, I was on a time crunch and couldn't try any of it, but there was a lot of people that were really interested too. I know a lot of people were like, "Is it on the meal plan?" It's not on the meal plan, but it's kind of like an elevated food experience, is what I'm thinking. And so,
usually when they do these kinds of events, even though it's like $8 or $9 for a sample, it's usually a little bit more than a sample.
Yeah.
You could make a meal out of like.
I also saw that they're also giving away like these little punch cards. Like if you buy like 5 different meals or something, or 5 different whatever, you get like a free dessert and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. I don't know if Cedar Point, at the Barrels and Bites is going to do that, but we'll definitely report back once we experience it and check it out. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the Cedar Point news. I mean, everything for the most part is up and running besides Max Air. I keep looking at the ride schedule on their website and stuff, and it's dwindled down to nothing. And hopefully, Evan, I was listening to our podcast from last week, and we were like, "Woo, happy opening day for Cedar Point Shores."
Oops.
And Cedar Point Shores did not open last weekend, I should say, because the freaking weather in Ohio is
just not warm enough,
55 to 60 degrees, and nobody wants, I mean, some people maybe want to go to it, but I mean, it doesn't make sense for the park to open the water park yet. So hopefully this Saturday, the Cedar Point Shores will actually open, and they'll have their opening day and stuff, because the weather looks really, really good for this coming weekend. It's going to be humid and hot finally for Ohio, and let's get that train rolling. So
do you want a little bit of breaking news?
Sure.
We have an event guide for Barrels and Bites.
You what?
We have an event guide for Barrels and Bites finally.
Oh, breaking news. Okay.
So first off, June 5th through 28th, excluding Tuesdays, they're going to have some fancy, I don't know, it's Brim and Ember Trading Company. I don't know if that's a real company or if that's like something they made up, but you can make it and take it home. Custom burned hats, hand poured candles, self-blended perfume fragrances, and more. That's going to be located between the candy shop and Romano's Piano Parlor, which I don't even know, what is that?
Okay.
All right, it's by the candy shop. All right. And then we have the full menu, like the full menu.
Ooh, run through that, my friend. Oh yeah, I see that. Ooh, hang on a minute. There's even an exclusive really nice shirt. That's a cool really shirt. Nice t-shirt.
That was my next stop.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's a really nice shirt.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, there's a nice t-shirt for $30. All right, so food and spirits located at the Trail Tavern. We're going to have smoked pork belly sliders topped with pickled onions, crispy poblano pepper straws, and blue cheese crema. Charcuterie plate for 2. Assorted cured meats and cheeses with stuffed olives, candied pecans, and honey blood orange marmalade. Mini crab cakes served with apple habanero slaw. Oh, God, is that so good.
Wow.
Chocolate stout mousse and bourbon flights. And then at the Outpost, what is the Outpost? Is that Okay, that's basically where the sign making place was. If that makes sense.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I saw that yesterday when I was walking around and live streaming. I saw the outpost. Mm-hmm.
So that is going to have a hummus trio with grilled naan and veggies, a tray for two, which is let's see, cheddar, Gruyere, Parmesan, Manchego, pistachios, almonds, and dark chocolate. So just like a different type of charcuterie board, but very nice, very nice.
Okay.
Bourbon barbecue brisket burnt ends with truffled cheddar grits, mini berry tarts, and a selection of wines. And then at Jesus, God, they have a lot of food. Fort Sandusky, which is basically right next to this the sign shop. Flaming strawberry shortcake, flambéed strawberries and vanilla infused vodka served with over vanilla bean this is really small. I can't see. Mascarpone and a farmhouse fresh biscuit. And then more charcuterie, assorted cured meats and cheeses with stuffed olives, candied pecan. Okay, so that's the same charcuterie board. That's okay. Honey and herb brine smoked wings, finished with a raspberry Chardonnay. Gatrisk? It's a song. Sure. What, guys? We're not Thuzies are not famous enough for this.
Hey, this isn't geared for Thuzies, but yeah,
it's true. Yeah, Thuzies don't eat like this. I'll tell you what. All right, then Whistle Stop, which I've never heard of that before, but it appears to be the Shoot the Rapids gift shop.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That makes sense.
They are going to have grilled flatbread pizza, sliced smoked chicken breast, grilled wild mushrooms, caramelized Vidalia mushroom. Oh my God, Vidalia onions, and fresh mozzarella. A tray for two again, which is the same as the one that was at the Outpost. Oh my God, garlic steak bite skewers served with artichoke hearts and peppadew peppers, finished with a roasted shallot chimichurri.
Yum!
Wow. And then white and dark chocolate dipped strawberries and wine flights.
Okay.
Then your last food place is Crystal Rock Bottling Company, which is what that turns into a bar during Hollow weekends. Right there by what was Snake River Falls' exit. And the grist mill. Charcuterie for two. So that seems to be a theme.
Okay.
Mini crab cake again. Interesting. That might be a typo. That's kind of odd. Braised beef short rib ragu served over crispy sage butter gnocchi. Cheesecake bites with honey roasted fruits, and then beer flights. Wow.
That's a lot of food.
Then we got live entertainment, Trail Dust, which is going to be bluegrass. Cabin Keys, that's going to be a piano. EMP Trio, which is going to be jazz, and a Chainsaw Carver Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. We got gift shops, the Brim and Ember Trading Company, which is it looks like it's in the next to the jail in Frontier Town or Frontier Trail. The Candy Shop, Frontier Craft Company, and Glass Blowing Studio. And then there's activities, Paint by Numbers mural, which has been so popular at all the other parks food events lately, like Food and Wine Festival. And then there's games, the wine bottle drop and the wine bottle pull. So, yeah.
Wow.
Wow is right. So that's some breaking news that we didn't anticipate.
And the shirt, oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah,
so
the shirt is beautiful. It really is.
The shirt is a front and back shirt. And it looks like it's a smoky gray shirt, which looks really, really nice. It's got, like I said, it's front and back. On the back, it has the barrels and bites, and it says Cedar Point. And then it's got a really cool, like, shed-looking thing, also with, like, a few barrels and so on and so forth. And then on the front, it says barrels and bites with Cedar Point and everything, which is, like, again, I think that looks really, 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 really cool.
Really
so,
sharp.
Yeah.
And can I mention too that it's not AI generated art? So there's that.
It's very pretty.
It's funny. This seems like a style that the Six Flags / Cedar Fair parks are going with, because at Knott's I bought a Ghost Rider t-shirt with the logo on the small logo on the chest, and then like a bigger graphic logo on the back like this. And then same thing at Magic Mountain with the Great American Revolution, same 50th anniversary logo on the front, nice and small on the chest, and then a bigger logo on the back. So it seems like kind of a recent trend with the Six Flags merchandise. So that's pretty exciting.
And it says
and
the shirt is at the candy shop and also at the Glass Blowing Studios. It should be available there. So
awesome. So I don't really know how to segue into this, but I think so you're going to go to Creators Day on Saturday. You'll get to try probably all this food for free, and maybe some of the drinks, but I don't know, maybe not because it's all alcoholic. But you'll at least get to try all the food. You can tell me all about the food before I buy it. You'll be able to tell me all about what the actual pricing structure is of this. So that's good. Because I won't be there because I'm going to be resting because I'm going to Universal next week.
yeah, you're definitely gonna miss out. Maybe the park will give us some free shirts. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
Right.
All right, I don't know how to segue into this. In the meantime, while we were gone over the weekend, Six Flags Fiesta Texas decided to make a ginormous, and I use that word very specifically, announcement.
Well, it's funny because I listened to the pod last week and you were talking about like, I think it's a coaster.
Yeah, it's a coaster. That's for sure.
It sure is. Yeah. Yeah, no, it really is.
So I mentioned they had their like enthusiast event. Well, no, this is not an enthusiast event. This is like it's like a press conference almost they do every year where they do make announcements. They do like a Q&A type thing with the pass holders, and it's for super fans to be nerds and kind of be more like in a press conference type situation. So we knew they were going to make their announcement during that. We didn't really quite know. They've been teasing something definitely having to do with a wolf or kind of a spooky dark nighttime type theme. These guys saw Big Bear Mountain at Dollywood and just said, "Yeah, give me that ×2."
Right. Yeah.
They introduced Werewolf Gorge with an AI generated logo, made by Vekoma. It's a family launch coaster. This thing is 4,120 feet long, 45 miles an hour, 32 moments of airtime, and 4 separate launches. One of which is a swing launch, kind of like if you've been swing launch, maybe isn't it's okay. It is a swing launch, but it's kind of a weak swing launch. Think more along the lines of what Hiccup's Wing Glider does at Epic Universe.
Okay, yeah.
But 4 launches, and if you watch the POV of the ride, that I think the park posted, or media partners posted, this thing is long. It's very similar to Big Bear Mountain, where it's a launching family coaster. But I think this is like 3.5, or even 4 minutes of pure ride time. Like, it is a long ride.
That's crazy.
And on top of it, it's themed out the wazoo, at least according to the concept art. It looks like, and we'll see how this plays out, but it looks like they're building like an artificial forest for this thing to go through. There's a show scene in the middle of the ride. The station's all decked out. There's water towers and billboards and crap you're flying by. And it has a minimum height of only 39 inches tall.
Wow.
It looks so stinking good. This is what's going to get me to Texas finally. I don't know necessarily next year. But yeah, it's the last little bit of info is 8 cars per train. Riders are arranged 2 across in a single row for a total of 16 riders per train. This thing's long enough though. It's going to have like 5 trains. Well, we'll see how often they run 5, but it's kind of got like a maybe like an orangey red color on the track and supports. And then the trains kind of just look like Jeeps, kind of like Big Bear Mountain. They have headlights. It's made by Vekoma, just like Big Bear. Wow. It sprawls out very far, but it really does twist and turn in on itself a lot, which is also good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this thing looks incredible. Just absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
I would agree, and it's nice to see. There you can definitely tell. It's obviously it's a Six Flags name, but like it feels almost like they're Cedar Fairing Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and not just putting in like it felt like. it almost felt like when Six Flags was its own thing and Cedar Fair was its own thing, almost felt like Six Flags was doing like short coasters, kind of, sort of, and like kind of gimmicky coasters.
Full throttle.
Yeah, to where, this is like, this is probably like $30 million, $40 million, whatever.
This thing is not cheap.
And
I even put
they're not. 50. Yeah, they're and they said it's coming out in 2027, so that's good. We're not like,
they've been working on it. I don't think any supports or anything have gone up yet, but the land is clear. They're I think the footers are being dug. And they're showing the 35th anniversary logo on this concept art, so I assume next year is also their 35th anniversary.
It could be.
Yeah, they opened in 1992.
Nice. Well, there you go.
I need to get to this park, man.
Next year.
And I've always heard this is the best even of the Six Flags parks in the U.S.
Right.
Maybe only behind Six Flags Mexico.
Yes.
So, yeah, wow. This is so not Six Flagsy, like you said.
Yeah. And I mean, that's good. It's good to see, because
it's really Cedar Ferry. And we said this before we started recording, but like, man, this would have been good for Kings Island.
I know.
It's like, oh my God. I mean, and Texas is far enough away that they still could,
Yeah.
But the fact that they redid, really, I don't know if redid is the right word, but renamed Backlot Stunt Coaster the Queen City Stunt Coaster makes me think that they're probably not getting rid of it anytime soon.
Right.
But man, I just picture them getting rid of that and then using both plots of land for a ride like this, and it'd just be so perfect.
Yeah.
But Kings Island's not playing with unlimited money, unlike apparently Six Flags Fiesta Texas is. This thing cannot be cheap.
Right. Yeah. It looks really cool. I like the name too. Yeah. It's very different and unique, and I'm really curious on, if it's going to be like, like a Hiccup swing glider / Big Bear kind of, coaster and stuff.
I think it's going to be way better than either of those.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And it's Vekoma too, which is really nice. I mean,
so smooth. It's going to work. It's going to be.
We were talking about how smooth Vekoma is now, and how amazing their technology has came through, and the uptime and things like that. It's really good to see. Really good to hear. So
Werewolf Gorge almost sounds like the name of a whole part of the park, but
right, yeah. Yeah, I'm curious on what they're going to do. But speaking of announcements, Evan, you still got another one. You got Carol.
So we got to say this because we won't record till like probably more than a week after they announced it. But just a reminder again, I mentioned it last time we recorded, but Carowinds is making an announcement June 8th for what is presumed to be a water ride to replace their Thunder Canyon that was torn out. Probably 3 years ago now. Yeah. It's believed to be a record breaker, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, if you're Carowinds local, if you're going to happen to be at Carowinds on June 8th, they're making the announcement, I believe, at 10 a.m. It's been on their Twitter. They posted it, and maybe their Instagram too. It's going to be in Harmony Hall. It's going to be open to the public. First come, first seated. So yeah, go watch the announcement if you're there. That'd be super.
That'd be great. Yeah,
and they'll probably have merchandise available right away too.
Merchandise and Evan 2027 season passes. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, and then these are some early announcements, and I got to think Project Purple's coming soon too.
Yeah, they're keeping everybody kind of in tune.
And I'd like Magic Mountain to announce something about their coaster that they've teased and shown. The track is on site, and they haven't kept that a secret. They've posted it, and I saw it.
Have they been doing some land clearing at all, or not really?
Yeah, the land's clear. I saw it.
Have they been? Do they have construction going on, or is it just clear right now?
It's clear with very minimal construction started.
Okay, all right.
And it is quite the eyesore, but we'll get into that.
All right.
Tell me about Hollywood Nights first.
Oh yeah. So definitely got to check out Hollywood Nights. That was fun. We got to obviously do the no trims on Voyage. That's a freaking blast. I don't know any other coaster that is just absolutely insane with the amount of airtime / also at least a wooden coaster, the amount of airtime that you get, and also the amount of you feel like you're getting beat up by
but in a good way.
In a good way. Like, I mean, it's a really rough, gruff, egregious wooden coaster, but man, is it good. It's just like,
is it running smooth? Like, not smooth, but like, is it running well?
It was.
Or is it one of the worst?
Well, Jared didn't like it because Jared, but he
doesn't listen, so I could say what I think. Yeah, he's an idiot. Voyage is great. Jared, our friend, has terrible taste in coasters, and he's dumb.
I personally thought it was running pretty well, honestly, and like I said, it was flying through the track, and Sarah also, like, her first time, going to, Hollywood nights and things like that. She loved it. It was a really great event. We got to hang out with some friends. She also loved Voyage, was like, holy crap, I've never ridden anything like that before. So if you do get a chance, go definitely check out the Hollywood Nights event that Holiday World puts on, because man, Evan, do they feed you? Literally,
I know. I'm actually wearing my game shirt right now.
Oh, nice.
From, 2024.
So they had what was it? First, when we got into the park or whatever, it's like everything is all done on like Fridays and a full day Friday and full day Saturday, unlike previous years where it was just kind of like Friday.
Half of Friday,
and then all Saturday. So we get there and we check in, and then we go and we do a behind the scenes tour of like Voyage, and also their one of their steel coasters, Thunderbird. That was cool. Got some pics, and then they had some popcorn, and then it was for like a light snack. They had some popcorn, some caramel corn, and then they had like giant like cups of fresh cut fruit, like pineapple, strawberries.
That's clutch on a hot day.
Watermelon.
After that
hike
through the woods.
So, and then bottles of water, and then we're like, okay, cool. And then I was like, well, let's get ready. Let's go to the to the water park, because they they're known for their crazy slides. Mammoth and what is it? Wildebeest. And then
Mammoth is just, oh my god.
And then Cheetah
Chase.
and so
I think he thinks he rode Voyage a few too many times.
I know, right?
A little discombobulated.
I know, right? Yeah. No, it's been a day. It's been a day with work. But anyway, so we get ready for the ERT and stuff and everything. And then we go ride. What is it? Not Cheetah Chase.
Mammoth, Wildebeest.
Wildebeest. Yeah, sorry. It's been a day. Wildebeest. And everyone liked it. They were like, oh, yeah, that was cool. It was nice. You got, it was pretty cool, whatever.
That was the first of the water coasters that they built.
Yeah, so. Yeah. And then we go over to Mammoth. and Sarah, and we were with somebody else that was never at the event or anything like that. Never been to the park either. And so we ride that, and I don't know how we did it, because ever since after our first ride, I don't know if we had a bunch of water in our pockets or something, but we could not get the six people in the boat, like in the raft. Yeah, we were overweight. So the first time we got to ride all together, and that was a crazy, crazy time, to where we were getting crazy air, and I think Sarah goes, I don't really understand what's going on. Like, this is the craziest. I mean, like, we've seen videos of water slides, and we've done water slides. I'm like, yeah, it's just a water slide. No. This is like nothing like that. It's just like Voyage. It's like nothing like it, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, and we're just flying up and down, and we rode that all the way until I think ERT stopped at like 8:30. I think we were like the last ones, and they're like, okay, well, we need more people to ride, or we got to shut it down. And we were cold at that point. It was dark. It was crazy,
Oh,
but
that's so fun.
everybody liked it. And then also we got to ride cheetah hunt, and that was cheetah chase. Yeah, right. I'm never gonna get that right. And so everyone seemed to like that one a lot. They liked the giant rush of water that comes over you.
Oh, I really hated that about that
And
one.
it actually, I don't know, like Mammoth was just pouring buckets on us in front of our faces. We couldn't see anything, and so on and so forth. So that was fun. And then, we got to ride, all of their coasters. We got to ride their, we got to ride Legend. That was,
I heard that was running really bad.
that was running it towards the front of the train wasn't as bad. Towards the back of the train, a lot of people were riding it though, so I don't know if it was just me or whatever, but I'm not a big fan of the helix, the double helix that it goes, and it just and it's shuffling around on the track, and it's like hitting your sides and your chest and stuff. It's
exhausting to ride.
Yeah, and you're holding on to the right side because you don't want to go careening to the left side, and so on and so forth. And then I thought Raven was running really, really well. They retracked a ton, especially like a ton. I know they did. I think it was last year. They did a ton of work over by where you go over where the water is, and you're taking that turn. And then there was also something else that was. That was like crazy retract over there because you could just hear it and you could see the new wood and stuff, and it was running fairly well to where I was able to keep my hands up. Same thing with Voyage. I was able to keep my hands up once I kind of remembered how the track goes and so on and so forth. But Evan, let me tell you, it was dark. It was very, very dark on Voyage. You could not. Well, that's the creme de la creme. Is there's nothing around it, and you're going so far into the woods. And same thing also with Thunderbird. There was no lights, no nothing, and no even train lights and stuff. And we rode in the front row also on Voyage and also on Thunderbird. And it was like I was telling Sarah, I was like, I really, really hope that there's not like a random deer that just decides to
I always think that when I
hop
ride
over the fence or something and then just gets completely, mile, so I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, yeah. So
I always think that when I'm there. Always.
Yeah. So there's, there was that again, the food, like I said, so we went to the water park ERT, and then so we ate some of the foods, and the foods were all themed to Mean Girls. They had the Mean Girl soundtrack in there. It was really weird to hear My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard in Holiday World because it's a very conservative park per se, and so that was really interesting. They had a lot of food. They had cauliflower, like really, really spicy cauliflower bites, like chicken wings, but like cauliflower. And then we had some actual chicken bites and things like that. They had these Rice Krispie treats that had peanut butter chocolate on the top of them. Those were really good. And then after that, I was like, okay, cool. We're getting ready. And then I was like, oh, by the way, we get to eat more. They're like, huh? I'm like, yeah. They have another snack that later, like 2 hours later after that, after completely stuffed, there was vegetable tray kind of thing of that. There was also fudge.
They just don't stop feeding you.
And then they also made like a really cool special like drink. They had, I don't know what it was, but there was like a prickly pear, and then there was a watermelon something or whatever that they made literally like right in front of you and stuff. I was talking to one of the guys or one of the girls that was making this. I was like, bet you didn't know you were going to be making drinks today, huh? She goes, actually, yeah, I had no idea. She's like, I showed up to work and they were like, get ready to make drinks. She's like, but I make pizzas. They're like, no, we're going to need you later tonight to make drinks and stuff. And she was really a good sport and everything like that. But then, that was the first night. And then the second day or whatever, they all obviously feed you more. And so we had
Thanksgiving feast.
Well, no, they even had a snack before that. We had, yeah. So we had another snack, and it was loaded nachos. We had.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a tradition.
We had not. Well, it wasn't normally it's either nachos or tater tots. But yeah, I was so happy it was nachos. Yeah, they had nachos with like a bunch of cheeses. It was a loaded taco bar, so on and so forth. Had to do all that. We also got to meet the guy from Made to Thrill. That was really cool. We got to talk to him and stuff and everything. A little tidbit, supposedly there's some stuff coming to Cedar Point, so we'll have to wait and find out and see what's going on with that.
What is left to make for Cedar Point?
I know, right? Yeah. So that'll be exciting. And then so then after that, we rode and did some rides. I got a henna tattoo, which was interesting. And then we did some characters, paint our sketches and stuff and whatever.
I saw our friends got their own.
Yeah.
Picture, me and my girlfriend have one from Cedar Point.
Yeah. So it was
the same two friends were with us when we got it. So I'm glad they finally got one.
Yeah. It was cool. And then after that, we also, we got to eat more food. And then that was Thanksgiving dinner, where we had Thanksgiving dinner.
God.
They
just don't stop, and then usually they bring out at least.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. So after Thanksgiving dinner, and we're all stuffed, we're all done and everything. They're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, more treats." And so they had, I kid you not, they had a cup of. There was like random multiple nuts in the bottom of a cup, and then there was also like some kind of like sesame seed cracker, and then there was some pretzels, and then there was like a stick, and on the bottom of the stick was a piece of, I think, salami, and then there was some cheeses on the stick, like 3 or 4 cheeses on that stick, and then on the top of it was a strawberry or raspberry or whatever macaroon. And so
there must have been something from the movie, right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember them having like anything
on Mean Girls, unfortunately.
Crazy, anything crazy like that. But yeah, so they gave us that and I was like, oh wow, dummy me. Of course, it was like strawberry or raspberry or whatever, and I was like, ooh, I think I ate like 8 macaroons and ended up waking up with the wet sweats again, not feeling well afterwards or whatnot. Oh, and they also had fudge too. I forgot. They also had fudge. They had.
Jesus Christ!
There was fudge that as on night 2 as well. So
and then you just get all the same ERT again and all the coasters.
Yeah, same ERT on that. We rode Good Gravy too many times, Evan, that we got stuck on it and broke it. And we were riding the Voyage, and we were looking down, and they turned the lights off and went home. That's how broken it was.
She was big broke.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was broke. So, but yeah, so
you guys got like 20 laughs on the darn thing. So.
Yeah. All in all, I'm great event. It was so much fun. I that's one of my favorite events, obviously, besides Coaster Mania, and also if Coaster Stock comes back, Coaster Stock was a fun event too.
I know we're a Six Flags Cedar Fair podcast, but that's the best event. Sorry.
But yeah, so. It was a really good time. I think I talked a little bit longer than what I wanted to, but it was fun. It was really fun. It was really fun to do it with the group of friends that we weren't with, and then we joined on with a few others, and we just had a real riot of a time. And
you guys stayed at the cottages too.
We did, yeah.
Really nice.
Oh my goodness gracious! If anyone is staying there, like the Santa Claus cottages, I think it's Santa Claus cottages. It's
Santa's Village or something. Like
it's
that.
The ones that are owned. I guess I just bought them a few years ago by Holiday World, but like these are extremely nice. Like,
are these the ones that you could walk to the park from, or are they a little bit further down?
No, it's about like 2 miles. I mean, you can walk to the park, but you're gonna have to walk like 3 miles.
Okay, so it's not the right there on the lake next to Raven.
No.
Okay.
And what's nice is cool is since it's owned by Holiday World, they actually have free soft drinks in the office. You just walk down to the office and go get yourself a free Pepsi or something, or whatever.
Great.
Yeah,
that's clutch.
Yeah, but check out those villages and things like that, because again,
It looked beautiful.
I mean, they were absolutely beautiful. Like, we were able to get a village that, or the cabin that had 2 bedrooms. It also had 2 separate bathrooms, full bathrooms, which was nice and stuff. And then it's got a giant living area. They also gave us free fish food because like there's a pond around there, so we were able to feed the fish. And as we're feeding the fish and stuff, there was turtles that were coming up and they were wanting some food, so we were able to feed the turtles and stuff. So yeah, it was a good time. It was really, really fun. It was nice and recharged, and I got back to amazing work after today, and I wish I was back.
Back to reality, right?
Yeah, definitely back to reality. Evan, talk about California, how Knott's Berry Farm was, and Magic Mountain, and also I heard that you weren't a huge fan of In-N-Out Burger.
So, all right. Well, I'm going to preface this with I called my mom on the way home from the airport to tell her, everything, because she was itching to hear my report. And that was a 2-hour phone call. So I'm going to try to shorten that a little bit.
Yes.
For y'all's. But okay. Yeah, I'll start with In-N-Out. So mid. I don't know what everybody is losing their minds about for In-N-Out, but it is mid. I got the animal style whatever secret menu. It was a burger, but it was $9. So
I told you, right? Isn't it crazy how it's so freaking cheap?
Yeah, it's like these people in California living in $2 million houses. Why do they get the $9 fast food meals?
By the way, did you get a shake at all?
No.
Okay, their shakes were really good too.
Well, we flew first class and we got a free meal, and we were in the lounges at the airport and that free food. So I really
did you get the Swedish Swedish meatballs there?
No, they were offering like a Mexican.
Oh,
night.
Okay. I was gonna say they're I can't say it, but yeah, their
Swedish
meatballs. Yes.
So anyways, yeah, In-N-Out's mid, so mid. So that was what we did.
You're
Friday
gonna have
night.
a lot of haters coming after you.
It's mid. Come at me. I don't care. It's awful. It's not awful. It's fine. Culver's clears by a mile.
Wow. All right.
It's not close. It's not close at all. Now, price wise, that's a different story. So that was Friday night when we landed at LAX. Then we we were staying at the Knott's Berry Farm Hotel. So we headed there next. And it was like past midnight by the time we got there. So that was pretty much the night. I will say that hotel, they finished their remodel that I think when you were there, they were in the middle of.
Yeah.
Fantastic hotel. The guest service, shout out to Angel, and I think her name was Leilana or something at the front desk. Our announcer Justin is quite the princess. So I was making fun of him the whole trip, but he kept having issues with his rooms, and they were legitimate issues. He wasn't being wishy-washy or anything, and it wasn't stuff like. I don't want to say that the hotel was bad because there's issues with the room. It was just stupid crap that, but we went to the front desk and they took care of it. They were with a smile on their face. The one guy, Angel, I swear to God, he was like if you want somebody to teach customer service, this is the guy.
Wow. Okay.
He was quite literally an angel. They were like, I couldn't find a water fountain, so I went down to the front desk and asked them if there was one. They're like, "Well, no, but we'll take your Yeti over to the bar that's closed right now because it's 1 a.m. and we'll fill it up with ice and get you some fresh water." Like they did that all 3 nights for me.
Okay.
So for nights 2 and 3, I would go and they're like, "Need some water? Okay," and they walk on over to the restaurant. And
it's the stuff like that make you want to go back.
Yeah, and the hotel was beautiful.
Yeah.
Looking out my window to the left, I could see the turnaround on Ghost Rider. Now, mind you, I'd never been to the park before, so it's like 1 a.m. and I'm looking out my window like, oh, this is cool. And then in the morning, I went over to the one stairwell, and there's a balcony. I was on the top floor, and when you go out towards the stairwell, you go through one door and you're outside, and there's just a little tiny balcony, and then you go through another door to the stairwell. But that balcony is overlooking the park. You see the whole park. So I think they did that on purpose, but it's a beautiful view. You see the whole park. And then it's a 5-minute walk to Knott's Berry Farm. It's you leave your room and you're at the park entrance in 5 minutes.
That's just like the Hotel Breakers. Yeah.
I honestly think it's closer than Breakers in some regards. If you're staying in a certain spot in Breakers, it might take you longer than than what it took me to get to Knott's Berry Farm. There's a restaurant and a bar inside. We didn't partake in either. And there's also a gift shop for all your boysenberry needs inside the hotel as well. And there's a nice pool. Very, very nice hotel. Well worth it. It was like $200 a night, but we were staying on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So,
Yeah.
you know, you get what you pay for. That's for sure.
Yes.
So, without like going too crazy in depth, the park is, if it weren't for hometown bias, I think it would be my favorite Cedar Fair park.
Okay.
It is just such a nice park.
Yeah.
I see the ghost town area, just that whole, which is like half the park. It just screams Dollywood to me in all the best ways. It's just beautiful. The workers are so nice. And then you go into the California like boardwalk themed area, and it just feels like you're, you know, surfing in Malibu or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's also a I don't know, the more Mexican style themed area in the other corner of the park. Also very nice. I can't get over how beautiful this park was for how small it is. It's a city block, basically.
Yeah.
I actually took it and measured it on Google Maps. All of Knott's Berry Farm would fit in the area between the Cedar Point front entrance up to Coasters.
You're a nerd. I didn't even realize that. That's funny.
Isn't that crazy? And it's about the same width of that part of the peninsula.
Okay.
Isn't that nuts?
That is, yeah.
And they fit, 8 coasters in there?
Yeah.
So many rides. So real quick, Ghost Rider, that I have a lot of coasters I say are top 10 coasters. So I don't know if it really is in my top 10 or not, but that is a top 10 coaster.
Yeah.
It is
solid coaster.
It was running so well. It was flying. First, we were on the second train of the day, I think.
Nice.
And it was already hauling. It was just screaming through the track. Then we picked up our fast lane wristbands, and boy, is that a lifesaver at that park, because it gets busy.
Yes.
We went back and rode Ghost Rider later on in the day, and somebody in the standby line told us that they waited 3 hours.
Oh, wow. That's worth it,
Now,
though. But yeah.
we were there on Saturday,
Right.
but
That's good to hear that the park is busy, though.
oh, it's beyond busy. I will say, though, that it is partially inflated by the fact that any Cedar Fair Six Flags park outside of Cedar Point, really, and Kings Island just doesn't have the same level of operations. It's just not quite that extra mile. So, you know, the operations are a little slow, whatever. That's why we bought Fastlane. It's $110 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer. That's pocket change for the people who live in California. I don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand why it's not like $400. I don't get it, but I wasn't complaining. In no particular order, Hang Time, decent ride, a little rough, but there's no over the shoulder restraints. So.
Did you watch it at night with the traveling lights with the train? Or
Yep. The lighting package is beautiful.
Yeah, I love when the train literally the lights follow the train and they change and stuff.
They have the actual the floodlights or whatever are mounted on the track, and they're programmed to the ride. It's that's super cool.
Really cool.
The ride itself was it's fine. So many inversions. The
Which
drop
one?
is really cool. Hang Time.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about Hang Time. Coast Rider, their Wild Mouse is horrible. Dumbest restraints on a roller coaster I've ever ridden.
That is also it's got really weird wonky support that ride too. They're like stretched out, and yeah, it looks weird.
It's a Wild Mouse, and it sucked. Accelerator. I mean, it's mini Top Thrill Dragster.
There was the prototype before.
Dragster.
Mm-hmm.
That launch is a gut punch in the best way possible. I mean, it's so intense. I do think mathematically the acceleration on that ride is faster than Dragster was, because, felt good to be home, I guess, with that ride. I'm sure I was probably sitting in a seat that came off a Dragster, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
Just such a good ride. We rode that 3 times, once in the front seat too.
Nice.
The Silver Bullet, we were calling it West Coast Raptor.
That's a good one. Ride. That's fun. I like that one a
really
lot.
Good. It's got that intense helix at the end. My favorite part was, so you go down the drop and then you go into a loop, and then there's this really crazy overbank turn that basically puts you upside down.
Yes.
such a great moment on a coaster. It was awesome. And it's over the water and it's smooth and it has the intense helix. Really, really, really good ride. We rode that in the front and the back. And then nothing else really to like write home about as far as the coasters. I mean, Sierra Sidewinder was kind of a sleeper hit. It's a spinning coaster made by Mach. It looks like a family coaster. It's in Camp Snoopy even.
That's the
boy, does that thing spin.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
We were giggling like absolute maniacal idiots when we hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Wow.
That thing spins like crazy, dude. Yeah. That's a
Jaguar fun family coaster.
Is that the long one? The
one with like a 30 car train or whatever.
Yeah. That's an interesting coaster.
Monorail.
That's a Schwarzkopf, isn't it?
No, it's the Schwarzkopf is Montezuma's Revenge, which is not open yet.
Okay, well that almost is like a Schwarzkopf.
Right, it's right next to it. It's very Schwarzkopf-y. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I thought it was.
It's made by Zaire.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yes.
And
by the way, what's going on with Montezuma? Like, what did you get to see? Anything? Montezuma's Revenge?
As we are on Jaguar, Montezuma's Revenge is built and the train is there. It's pulled out. They actually had it pulled out onto the launch track.
Oh,
and maintenance guys were looking at it. We didn't see a test.
Oh, boo. Okay.
But yeah, it seems close, and maybe by the end of summer, maybe by 4th of July.
Okay.
It seems close. It does seem close. I don't think it's tested at all yet because the back spike, they have like one of the pieces of the track was literally saran wrapped.
Oh, okay.
So that was again, we didn't see a test, but it's there. It's ready to roll.
Nice.
And the other two things I gotta talk about.
Yep.
Calico Mine Train is as classic a dark ride as it gets. It literally is operated by a brake person. It just goes through this big mountain with animatronics, and they stop and you look at this big beautiful cavern thing.
But it's old fashioned, though, right? It's like really old,
like 1950 or 1960 or something.
It kind of reminds me of Fire in the Hole at Dollywood, kind of.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It really seems like Disneyland opened in what 55 or 56 or something like that. And I think they built Knott's built this ride a couple years later, and it really seemed like Knott's looked at what Disney was doing literally right down the street, 10 minutes away, and said, "Okay, we need an answer to that, and let's build this crazy big dark ride."
Yeah, no, it's a fun. Yeah, I agree.
And then Timber Mountain Log Ride.
Oh yes,
my
yes!
God.
Oh my
gosh, that is the best log flume, hands down. You could place that in a Disney park and you wouldn't even notice the difference.
No, and the way that all the animatronics just continue to move like the whole entire time.
Work. There's music playing.
Yep.
It's the only log flume I've ever ridden where the bottom of the log doesn't drag along the bottom of the trough. Yeah. It floats nice. It's fast. You get like the perfect amount of wet, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I think I rode that. I don't know. I probably rode that maybe 10 times or something when I was on those trips and stuff.
If we had the time, we only rode it twice, but
I got to ride it at night too. That was really cool because everything.
Yeah, we made a point to try to. I mean, it's the end of May. There's not much nighttime while the park is open.
Yeah.
So we got a dusk ride.
Okay, well, that's
Ghost Rider was our night ride, and Accelerator. We got a ride on Accelerator at night.
Nice. Good stuff.
Let's see what else we rode. Justin really, really wanted to ride the Wipeout ride. Over there by Hang Time. It's like a Trabant type thing. He said you guys rode it a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like those rides, but he had fun. We rode their Power Tower. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Their Sky Towers, a lot of fun. Beautiful views of the mountains. And
the
park. Pony Express, a fun little launching coaster.
That's a weird coaster.
It's definitely a prototype. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's fun. The train's kind of fun. There's a little surprise during that.
Yeah. Okay. They're still good. Okay. Good.
And then, of course, so we used one meal plan, and we ate at the barbecue place over by Accelerator. We got, I got pulled pork and roasted vegetables. That was honestly some of the best pulled pork I've ever had in my life.
Nice.
Outside or even including outside of the theme park. It was so good.
Okay.
And I was also just really hungry, so that probably helped. And it was really nice to have roasted vegetables as a side instead of carbs.
Or
instead of
yeah, or
potatoes or mac
fruit,
and cheese.
or fruit. Yeah.
I would have even taken fruit, but like roasted veggies, they were so good. They were
Mhm.
so good. And then, of course, the famous Mrs. Knott's chicken dinner.
Yes. So you went to the restaurant, right?
Yep. So in lieu of using our second meal plan, we went to the restaurant.
Okay.
$25 gets you a cup of chicken noodle soup. That will be the best cup of chicken noodle soup you ever eat in your life.
Yep.
It was so good. A salad, a rolls, a piece of pie, a mashed potatoes and gravy, cabbage or corn as your vegetable choice, and then the fried chicken, which
Yep.
is you get a half a chicken.
Yep.
You get a leg, a drum, a breast, and a thigh. Now, admittedly, I'm not like the biggest fried chicken fan in the world. It's
Okay.
good, it's fine. So I will tell you, it was really good fried chicken. I can't sit here and say it was like the best thing I ever ate because I just don't care for fried chicken that much. But
Fair.
it was for $25.
Yeah.
You get all that food.
of that, right?
We were in there like an hour.
So
It's right outside the park. It's you have to go.
what'd you think of the boysenberry drink?
It's good. Okay. So I actually have a glass of it sitting right next to me.
Okay.
I bought the concentrate to bring home. So
Oh,
what does
nice.
that tell you?
Okay.
It's
all
really
right.
good. It reminds me of Powerade. It reminds
Okay,
me of Powerade.
yeah.
It's
And then the
refreshing. It's
boysenberry
good.
pie was probably phenomenal, I'm assuming.
Yep. Justin got the apple pie instead,
Okay.
and I was able to grab an apple out of it. Oh my god, I should have gotten that. And that's not even a knock on the boysenberry pie.
Yeah.
It was the apple pie was so.
And then the gift shop and whatever that's kind of like connected to it or something, right?
Yep.
That's kind of it's a huge gift shop, but it's kind of I don't know. I feel like they needed to maybe spruce that up maybe eventually or something.
In general, I wasn't, besides for all the boysenberry stuff, of course, the merchandise there, it was just kind of,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I'm like, gotta, like, there's no cool, like, like we're spoiled with Cedar Point and King, and also with Kings Island now because, they're all, and like, I remember when years ago that Cedar Point would offer kind of meh stuff, and they've really upped their game, which is nice.
Yeah. And, Knott's, it just, I did find a Ghost Rider t-shirt, as I mentioned earlier on.
Oh, that's good.
It was hard to even find a magnet that was like acceptable, and I got a Ghost Rider Nano coaster too.
Nice.
I bought that before I found the t-shirt. I probably wouldn't have bought it if I hadn't found the t-shirt, if I had found the t-shirt earlier on, but it's fine. Then we were Ghost Rider at night. Oh God, so good. That's everybody wants to ride Ghost Rider at night. We waited like an hour with Fastlane, right at the end of the night too. I'm not complaining when I say that though. It's so everybody in the park that had Fastlane went to Ghost Rider at like 9:50.
Nice. Okay.
So yeah, phenomenal day. I'm so in love with that park. I will never shut up about Knott's Berry Farm. It is just phenomenal. But had I not had Fastlane, I think my opinion would be a lot different. So get Fastlane if you go. You gotta just budget for it. And truthfully, you should probably budget for the hotel too. It's worth it for the convenience.
You also have to think though too, like you get into these parks for free, and then it's like essentially you buying Fastlane. It's just like you buying a ticket to the park kind of thing.
Yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah. When you're a pass holder, and I'm sure I don't think we'll have any day ticket people listening to our CP Rundown podcast. Yeah, I mean, you already have the pass. Just spend the extra $100 and get Fastlane.
Yeah.
Even if it's $200, even I don't know if it ever gets that expensive, but just buy the Fastlane. You won't regret it.
Especially if you're on a time crunch, you only got one day to visit the park and you want to get everything done as much as you can. Yeah, absolutely.
But I will say, even though it was a very, very, very crowded Saturday, we were there at Rope Drop. We got right on Ghost Rider, like I said. If you don't have Fastlane, you can knock out basically all the big rides in the first 2 hours of the day before people really get there. Even on a Saturday, hang time was a walk on for a solid like hour and a half. Accelerator as well. I don't know about Silver Bullet, but I got to imagine that was also in the same category because it had some of the best capacity.
Yeah.
So if you get there and if you're not buying Fastlane, you get there early, you rope drop Ghost Rider, get on the first train, and then just beeline it to the back of the park and hit all of those. You can get basically the all the big rides done in like 2 hours.
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do fast lane. So then we swung over to Disneyland real quick just so I could see it. We weren't going in, but we walked through downtown Disney, walked up to the front gate. That was really cool to see that. That's where it all started, right?
Right.
So I got chills standing there. It was really cool.
Yeah.
And then this was the beginning of kind of a stadium tour. We went and drove the Los Angeles Angels play right next to Disneyland, so we saw their stadium. And caught a quick glimpse of the Honda Center where the Anaheim Ducks play. And we went back to the hotel. Same thing. They've refilled my water for me. Shout out to them again. Then we went to bed and went to Six Flags Magic Mountain the next day. What tough act to follow. I will say that. Knott's Berry Farm was a very, very tough act to follow. That being said, it's just so Six Flags in the stereotypical like mid 2010s way.
Yeah.
Or even earlier. It's I wanted to love it. So,
I think if we visit this Six Flags Magic Mountain back or next like 5 years, I'm curious on like
it might be a lot
because I remember when the Paramount parks were first from Cedar Fair, and you felt like you were at the Paramount, and then it took a little bit just takes a long time and a lot of money to change a lot of things. But
and I mean, listen, they have a lot of rides, and I think maybe it might just be kind of their internal philosophy that we focus on the rides. And the theming and the beautification might be second, you know. But so we roll in. X2 is obviously the most hyped ride of the day. There's nothing like it, at least in the US. That's the first ride you see pulling into the parking lot.
It's a crazy big coaster.
It is.
Yeah.
And our plan was, so we have fast lane, and thank you, Justin, for the fast lane. The X2 is not on fast lane. It's got one train ops. Our plan, the park opened at 10:30. We got there at 10. We were there in plenty of time. We're going to rope drop X2, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then go about our day. Now, Magic Mountain, they've changed their fast lane system to be all on your phone. It's not a wristband. That's fine. I've used it before at the Six Flags parks, and then they switched to a wristband again, and now they're back. Some of them are back to the phone. That works great. Now, I made the dumb mistake of, while we were waiting for the rope to drop, asking a park employee, hey, we have Fastlane Ultimate. Is there anything we need to do at the Fastlane Center, or are we good to go? And he goes, you still have to go to the Fastlane Center and get a wristband. I'm like, that's odd, but okay, sure. But we're like, well, let's go ride X2 first, because it doesn't have Fastlane. We'll make sure we're on the first couple trains of the day.
Yeah. And
then we'll take care of that after. Okay. So we get over there. It's testing. They dropped the rope at like 10:25, maybe 10:20. So, the park wasn't quite actually open. So by the time we got there, it was like a couple minutes till the park was open.
Yeah.
Ride's testing. Ride up comes out. Oh, sorry, it's not going to open on time. Probably like 11. Probably like 11. Oh. So we're like, oh my God. Well, it's testing. It's going to open any second, right? Well, if you know Six Flags Magic Mountain, X2 is, you have to walk across a giant bridge to get to it. And it's the only thing down there. Another ride up. And in the meantime, like hordes of people are coming down this bridge. One way in, one way out, right? Another ride up comes out and is like, it's not going to open for a while. You guys got to go. You're not standing here and waiting.
Oh my God.
It's testing. And I'm like, okay. So these two dorky ride ops, and sorry, but whatever. These two dorky ride ops are trying to usher 300 people back down this bridge.
Yeah.
It wasn't working very well. But we're like, we don't even want to be over here right now. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
We'll go get our fast lane figured out. We'll go ride Tatsu and come back. Whatever. We'll just have to wait. It sucks. Assuming it opens in the meantime. So we go to the fast lane center. The guy at the fast lane booth's like, you didn't need to come here. Well, there goes another 15 minutes of our day. Now it's like almost 11 o'clock, and we've wasted a half an hour. All right, fine. So we sign up to do Fastlane at Tatsu. We had the ultimate, so it's ride right now, even though Tatsu was already over an hour wait. We waited a half an hour with Fastlane because one train ops. And we're about halfway through that. X2 was open right at 11 o'clock. So if they would have just let us stand over there, we would have been on the first train of the day, but no. So we ride Tatsu. Great ride. Phenomenal flying coaster. The best flying coaster. That pretzel loop or whatever you call it. The bee's knees.
Yeah.
We're in the back
like
row.
black out on that, but yeah.
Oh my God. So good. So we're like, all right, well, let's go ride X2. We're still super hyped for it, right? We get over there. It's posting an hour wait. It's like 11:30 at this point. Park closes at 8, by the way, and there's like 40 coasters here. But we had Fastlane, so we were like, it's going to be close. It's going to be tight. We're going to have to move. So we get over there. We wait an hour.
Well, luckily, you could wait in that time and pick another longer Fastlane ride with your ultimate, right?
Everything with ultimate was ride now. It didn't matter. It's not like we were going to like save time by signing up for
okay.
ride.
I didn't know. Yeah, okay.
Now, if we had done the cheaper Fastlane Reserve, then yes. It would have been somewhat beneficial, but really the park wasn't that busy, and you could have done it without Fastlane if you decided to skip like Gold Rusher and Apocalypse. You probably could have done it without Fastlane.
Gotcha.
But so we wait the hour, and it's the queue line hasn't been touched since the ride opened. It's faded paint, it's dirty. The posters on the billboards are peeling. It's just so Six Flags. We get to the station, and it's a unthemed warehouse with a video board that's not working, speakers that aren't working. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We're about to ride X2, right? We fist bump in the station. Like, finally, this is so exciting. That ride was freaking terrible. That was the worst coaster. What is everybody's obsession with that ride?
I like it. Yeah.
No, it sucks. It's awful. The first drop's fine. It's cool. And then all of a sudden, the seats start turning. And instead of being a fluid rotation, the seats turn like 15 degrees at a time and go, and then they go back. All the while, the ride is as rough as like an SLC. It tracks like absolute garbage. You're getting slammed around. The restraints are the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. Why they didn't just do regular roll over the shoulder restraints is so far beyond me. That ride is garbage. I'm going to get so much hate between that and In-N-Out. But what do you people see in this ride? I don't get it. We waited an hour for it. In 90-degree heat.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it just because it just flips you around, and the way that it flips you around and stuff and everything, and
it's terrible. It doesn't. Yeah, it flips you around, but it tries to give. It's a car crash simulator. It's so bad. Well, and then to the cherry on top of this is we get off the ride. It's like a 5-minute wait at this point. Now we didn't have to come and wait that hour. The line was gone.
Oh my God.
I mean, and I think it was fair judgment that we're like, okay, it's got an hour wait now, but it only runs one train. It's only going to get worse.
Right.
No.
It must get really bad in the morning, and then that morning rush goes away, and then,
Guys, it's after Memorial Day. Why are we running one train on Tatsu and X2?
I believe they're probably just doing maintenance on them, maybe? I don't...
Guys, it's... Okay, February, but not now. Memorial Day's got to be the hard deadline. That being said, those were the only 2 rides that were only running one train.
All right.
Those are also the 2 most popular coasters. I think you could have stood to have Scream only running one train.
Yeah.
In name of getting Tatsu ready. You know?
Yeah.
In Tatsu, there wasn't even any other trains visible. X2, the second train was at least in the transfer area. I'm never riding that ride again. It's absolute garbage.
I will ride it 100%.
Good. I will hold your bag because you have to pay for a locker to ride it. Sorry. So we're pretty sour at this point and hangry. We go wait like 20 minutes for a burger by Tatsu. Pretty good burger, not gonna lie. It was really weird using my meal plan at Six Flags.
Yeah, because when I went, there was no meal plan that I could use because they weren't merged or anything.
That said Cedar Point on it. I'm like, this is so weird.
Yeah,
the burger was good.
That's good.
It was a good burger. But it's like, Justin could text me and correct me if I'm wrong when he listens to the show, but it was like 12:30 at this point. Again, the park closes at 8, and we've only ridden 2 coasters
out of like 25.
I think I got 15 credits that day.
Okay.
Now, spoiler alert, we get on everything, but so that X2 was my 449th credit, and I'm like, well, 450's got to be a landmark. The Great American Revolution is celebrating its 50th anniversary. What better ride? And it's right there. So we ride that.
Nice.
No line. We get right on it. Thank God. Front seat. Great ride. I love Schwarzkopf so much.
Yeah.
Fantastic ride.
It's a good ride. Right. Yeah.
The mood's a little different. When we go ride Viper, it's also right there.
Oh.
I was honestly, I liked it better than X2.
Okay.
And that's mostly because I had nostalgia for Vortex.
Okay.
But it's not a good ride. It's not a good ride.
Have they painted it since, or is it like a pink now?
It's pink,
like fairy light pink.
The trains were nice and green. The trains look nice, but the ride is, and that's the thing. A lot of the rides were painted, not Viper, but a lot of the rides were painted. But the stations all look like they haven't been touched, and the queue lines they haven't been touched since these rides opened. They're faded, they're dirty, they're run down.
Yeah.
I never questioned my safety or anything, but it's like, guys, can you spruce the place up?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So then what did we do? Okay, so we rode the funicular up the hill then, because we weren't walking up the steps again.
I'm so jealous because the funicular was closed when I went.
Well, I think it's been closed a long time.
Yeah.
That felt like something that Six Flags would have closed and just let it sit for, I'm not kidding, 20 years. And maybe they did. Maybe a Magic Mountain fanboy could tell me. But it didn't seem like something that they would typically operate. But it was open. It was running. We go up the hill. We ride Ninja. That's an Iron Dragon type aero suspended coaster.
Yeah.
Ride itself is pretty fun. It's a good ride. It's not quite as crazy as the Bat, but it's better than Iron Dragon. But again, rundown, dungy station. With really half-ass theming, and it's like, okay, and then I'm at Ninja. I look over, there's the Sky Tower observation deck that hasn't been open in 15 years, and it's just like roped off. Then down the pathway is Superman Escape from Krypton, which is faded and with an abandoned restaurant right in front of it, also just roped off. That ride's closed, but the logo's still on the station. Like, just put a rope in front of it. That's fine. And an abandoned restaurant. It's like, oh my God.
That's so sad that you didn't get to ride that. And you didn't get to hear that launch because literally, Evan, you'd be all around in that park and you would hear, and you're just like, what the was that? And you're like, was a jet? It literally sounded like a jet was like a fighter jet was like you were at the air show and it felt like one was flying above you. That's literally the sound that it would do every single time it would launch. I'm like, what?
I am sad I didn't ride it because it's such an iconic coaster. But
yeah.
Okay, Six Flags, you got rid of it. Get rid of the station. Get rid of the sign. Do something. I know you kept the drop tower, and thank God they did. But like, get rid of the restaurant. Like, start
or just get rid of the sign,
or just make it not visible. Build one of the like wooden fences instead of just putting a temporary queue fence in front of the ride to stop people from walking down the path. It's just,
yeah.
So we go down the hill, and now we're in kind of what I would assume is maybe the more newer part of the park, but it's not because there's older rides down there. So you could go left and you could go to Apocalypse and West Coast Racers. Or you could go right and you could go to Gold Rusher and like all the DC Comics rides. So we go to West Coast Racers. Okay, we're in business. The half-hour wait, we skip right past it. Fun ride. I hate Premier launch trains, but it was a fun ride.
It's really weird when it when you're sitting in that second train and waiting for you have to wait for the station to get checked, and you're just sitting in the other side, just waiting, baking in the sun in the inside or whatever, and you're just like waiting, and they're like, okay, all clear, and then you finally race the other side or whatever.
Yeah, I will say that we got lucky, and the crew there was working pretty quick. We were only in that pit stop for 30 seconds.
Oh wow, okay. I sat for 3 minutes and was just like, well,
and I was worried about that. Okay, so we're in a better mood now. We've ridden a couple good rides in a row. We're still just kind of like, man, this park is really odd, and I'm glad it's not my home park kind of thing. Then we ride Apocalypse. Ghost Rider is such a good ride. It's a GCI wooden, well, it's not GCI redone wooden coaster. Apocalypse is a GCI wooden coaster. Have they ever even thought about retracking this ride? It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so rough for no reason. And the restraints sit kind of weird, like different than most GCI Millennium Flyer trains. So it was just gut punch after gut punch after rattle. I don't know how I didn't end up with a migraine. I really don't, because I didn't get a headache all day, but I should have.
Yeah.
Between that and freaking X2. Oh, God. So, again, we're back to kind of like a quantity over quality here, I guess. And it's like 2:00 already.
Yeah.
We ride the log. So next we ride the log flume. We're like, well, there's no way this could be rough, right? Think again. You're going up a lift hill and it's bouncing you like you're on a trampoline. And then it looks like it should be a really cool log flume. It's not. It just kind of like zigzags up the hill a little bit, and that's it. And the boat's dragging on the trough. The splash was fine and it looked pretty. Whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay. This is when the day starts to change, though.
All right.
We ride Gold Rusher next. Great fun mine ride.
That's a fun ride.
Opening day attraction. Woo, good. We ride Really Revenge, stand-up coaster. Okay, crappy 90s Six Flags theming that hasn't been touched since 1990. It just looks like an abandoned factory, but okay, fine, whatever. Great ride, though. Smoothest, least headbangy stand-up coaster I've ever ridden.
Yes,
great ride.
I would agree.
Then next, actually on the path is Lex Luthor Drop of Doom. Little did I know Justin was horrified of riding this, but we did, and he loved it. I loved it. Fantastic, amazing. It's so fun.
That's up the existing
Superman.
Yeah.
Yep. Or what was Superman? Let's see. Then what did we do? Oh, okay. Next was Wonder Woman Flight of Courage. I was nervous because RMC single rails can be very rough because of, I don't know. It just seems like every time I've ridden one, you feel every scene in the track.
Yeah.
But I had hope that this one would be different because it's the newest. And I was right. It was a really good ride. It was butter smooth. So you see the theme here is we're getting better and better rides.
Yeah.
We're pumping rides out. We're going good. Then Batman the Ride's next.
Batman that was a good one. Yeah.
But again, crappy 90s theming that hasn't been touched. But great ride. Probably the best Batman clone. Super smooth, super fun, super fast. On and off in like 5 minutes. It was great. Then we come to... So right now I'm looking... I was just curious and I look at the wait times. Not that we really cared because we had fast lane. Full Throttle's broke. All right. Well, we'll be there in like a couple hours. And that would be the very last coaster because it's like right at the front of the park. That would be the last one to get all the credits. It's a couple hours. We'll be all right. We ride Twisted Colossus. Interesting ride. Very RMC. Fun ride. Rode it twice. Good. Then we go and ride Scream, the floorless coaster. Why does this ride exist? I don't understand the point of this ride and why they have it. It's way off the beaten path. Nobody knows it's there. It's terrible. It rattles like crazy. It's so stupid. There's no theme.
You can see the parking lot lines too when you're riding it.
Parking lot, the ride, yeah. It's like they ran out of DC Comics to use, so they're like, "Well, what can we theme it to?"
I think they were just in the early 2000s and things like that. They were just trying to pump out coasters and make sure they get the title kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of like putting these stations together like, that's fine. That's fine.
We were hypothesizing that it was meant for another park when Six Flags bought it, and then that something fell through.
Maybe.
And they just stuck it there. Or they built it at Six Flags Magic Mountain with the idea of it being like a background of commercials shot in the parking lot, which it was many times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've seen that ride in commercials. And then eventually they'd get rid of it and move it to a different park. Well, neither have happened, and it's at Magic Mountain, and it shouldn't be. It doesn't fit. There's no reason for them to have that ride. They don't need it.
An interesting area. I would agree with where
they
it's
don't
at.
need it. It's running 2 trains though, unlike Tatsu. So we get off that. I check queue times again. Full Throttle still broke. So at this point, all we have left to ride before that is Goliath, and then it would be Full Throttle.
Nice.
Like 6 o'clock.
Did you like Goliath?
It's like 5:30. It's like 5:30. We ride Goliath. We're in the second to last row. Great ride. Really smooth, really fast, really intense. That was one you didn't get to ride,
nope.
Right? Yeah, it's not. It reminded me a lot of Raging Bull.
Oh, okay.
It's a good ride. The fast lane setup's really dumb. You have to go all the way up the exit, and then right at the exit gate, there's a staircase that goes down and then around the station. Now, there's the handicap access that also goes there, of course. So it just becomes a complete cluster.
Okay.
And then again, dingy Six Flags, crappy theming, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say Wonder Woman, Twisted Colossus, Lex Luthor, those were newer and they had better, cleaner theming. Say what you want about the DC Comics stuff, but at least it was clean and modern, and audio was working. It was pretty, you know. So, but then back to the crap with Goliath. But okay, fine, whatever. Then we walk through.
I love Goliath's giant sign they have too.
Yeah, that was super cool.
It's huge.
We didn't even walk through it though, because the fast lane line is off to the left.
Oh, okay.
I guess we probably could have, but no, that had like a half hour, 45-minute wait. So fast lane. We did get our money on fast lane. Our money's worth on fast lane for sure.
That's good.
So we walk through Bugs Bunny Town, or whatever they call it. We see the construction to our right, just all dirt on the hillside of this new coaster or whatever. And we see Full Throttle. Still broke. It's like 6 o'clock at this point.
Oh God.
If not later. It might have been more like 6:30. Yeah, it was more like 6:30. Nobody's in line. The ride-ups are still there, and the trains are still on the track. But no, it's not like anybody's waiting for it to reopen, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh boy, hour and a half left in the day. I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, well, let's just go get something to eat. And so we actually circled back to Bugs Bunny, and most of the food places is burgers, chicken, and fries. Like you don't have your quintessential barbecue place. There was a Mexican place I saw. There was a chicken and waffles place I saw. But it was the food hadn't caught up yet with that Six Flags park. Great America, on the other hand, I know has really good food now. So, you know, so I had a chicken club sandwich. It was fine, but it's like the crappy overbreaded chicken tenders.
Mm-hmm.
I will say both meals though, they were hot and fresh.
That's good.
That goes a long way. The fries were really good. All right, we finished eating. It's like 7 o'clock. Still nothing at Full Throttle. Oh my God. So we're like, all right, here's the plan. We're going to ride Revolution and Tatsu. And then we're going to, however much time, we're going to go stand over by Full Throttle then until like 7:45. And then if it's still not operating or even, no signs of life, we'll go run back over to Goliath. That's where we'll end our day.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We ride Revolution again. Great ride. Go ride Tatsu. Fastlane really got our money's worth on that one. That's when I don't know what happened. I don't know if they're favoring Fastlane or what, but we got on pretty darn quick. And as we were on it, you could see Full Throttle from the ride. And me being me, I'm staring at it, even while I'm on this crazy flying coaster. There's a train sitting on the launch track. If you know Full Throttle, it doesn't launch from the launch track. It launches from the station. It doesn't like pull out and then launch. It launches from the station.
Yeah.
So why would there be a train stopped on the launch track suddenly? That's interesting. And there's also somebody sitting in it with an orange high visibility vest.
Yeah.
That's a test driver. I bet it rolled back. I bet they were testing it and rolled back. So we get off Tatsu. It's literally like 7:45 at this point.
Oy.
We walk over there. Phew, there it goes. It's launching. It's running. It's testing.
Okay.
It's testing. We're like, oh my God. Oh my God. So it's like 7:45. We walk up. There's like maybe 5 or 6 people ahead of us. And they asked the ride op at the entrance, like, hey, is it going to reopen? And she's like, well, I'm going to be honest with you. It might, but we're not sure it's going to be ready before 8 o'clock closing. And me and Justin are like, we don't care. We're standing here.
Yeah.
Those people leave. They take off.
Okay.
They probably went to Goliath like we were planning on doing.
Yeah.
Like, this thing is testing. We'll cut our losses. And if we don't get on anything else, at least Tatsu was a good end of the night.
Yeah.
Not 30 seconds later, person in the booth in the station gets on the mic because it's pretty close to the entrance of the ride.
Yeah.
Hey, so-and-so, open the ride. It was 7:50. They opened the freaking ride.
Oh my gosh.
We're the first ones on. We get on the front seat. It was such a good ride.
That rush is that launch is insane. Yeah.
And then the little swing launch, so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were able to get on again. We were able to run around, get on again in the back row.
Nice.
Such a 180 on my thoughts of that park. It really changed my mood because they didn't need to open with 10 minutes left in the night. They didn't.
Right.
They could have
That's
easily
cool.
said, no, it's done for the night. We're going home. We fixed it, but nobody needs to know that we fixed it. You know what I mean?
Right. Just go home.
So super big shout out to Six Flags.
That's awesome.
Then we left. We did some shopping. We left. They had better merch than Knott's. We went and drove by the Brady Bunch house. And on the way there, we accidentally passed Universal Hollywood. And Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift was testing.
Oh.
So we saw that up on the hill. City,
Cool.
They closed at like 6 and City Walk closed at 9. So it's not like we could even wander around.
Right.
Then we passed, and then we went up to the Rose Bowl to see that, the football stadium.
Sweet.
Then we drove up to Dodger Stadium to see that. We couldn't, unfortunately, get up close enough to see the stadium, but we saw the entrance and stuff.
Okay.
And then we passed a couple of the we went and drove by a house that was in Fast and Furious and the little market that's in Fast and Furious. Then we went back to the hotel, and then we got up at way too early o'clock and flew home.
Wow.
So that I don't think I talked for 2 hours, but I did talk a lot.
Yeah.
Message me all your hate messages about X2, but it sucks.
X2 and In and Out.
Yeah, In and Out was. I'm not going to sit here and say X2 was mid. I did say In and Out was mid. X2 was below mid. I think Apocalypse was worse, though. I do think that was a worse ride. So it's not my least favorite in the park, but it's darn close.
Wow.
So.
Well, I would definitely ride X2 and I enjoyed it. Yeah. It was intense. I would definitely agree with you. But I don't know. I kind of like that crazy intense.
I didn't think it was that, like, I wasn't appalled by the intenseness. I was appalled by how bad of a ride it was.
I wonder if the new train, because I think they're refurbing and rebuilding that new train that's not maybe that will.
And I'm not going to sit here and say I'll never ride it again. Justin did say that. I'll ride it again.
Yeah.
I'll give it another chance, but.
Did they have the fire or anything going for it? No?
Nope. No audio, no fire, no visuals, no nothing.
Okay. I was going to say, when I rode it there, the fire was there and you felt like your leg hairs were going to get burned off because it was so warm.
Nope.
But,
no fire.
Damn.
No mist, no fire, no nothing.
Dang.
So, and then a 5-minute wait to boot after we get off of our wait. Actually, it was like 70 minutes.
Well, at least, I mean, now you could see the quote unquote Cedar Fair taking over the Six Flags, because when I was there, all of the, I believe I said all of the coasters were running one trains, all of the coasters, and all the coasters were not all open either.
Yeah. And you were there
in like July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I noted. It's like, okay, every coaster was open. That's good.
Yeah.
And some of them are opening at 10 minutes before the park closes.
And maybe, it'll take a minute for them to beautify the stations and the areas and things like that and whatever, and put some new paint on and stuff. I mean,
listen, you still, even if the park was fine, it was a fine day at a fine park. If you're a enthusiast, especially if you're specifically a roller, like you are roller coaster,
you just want to ride roller coasters and stuff. You don't care how it looks, really. Then
it's great. Every enthusiast has got to go. It's such an iconic park and iconic views, and everybody's seen that view of Twisted Colossus and Goliath from the parking lot.
Yeah.
And with Superman in the background, and everybody's seen X2, and everybody's seen Viper and Revolution, and Twisted Colossus had a sign next to it that said, here's the movies and TV shows that the original Colossus was featured in. And there's like 20 movies and 10 TV shows.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Vacation is the first one that comes to mind. I mean, you gotta go. You gotta ride X2. You have to.
It's crazy to think that when you see X2, at least when I was looking at it, it's like that's the last coaster that Arrow built.
That's the ride that killed Arrow, and it darn near killed me too.
Well, Evan, I think maybe we should wrap this up here. It's like an hour and a half podcast.
Oh God, yeah, I talked a lot, but it's okay.
But we talked a little bit.
We knew this episode was going to be like this, and we're not recording for like 2 weeks.
Well, we also talked a little bit more about the Barrels and Bites, because they released
that's true,
the brochure or whatnot, and we were able to talk a little bit more about that, which was cool. But yeah, we'll definitely be taking next week off, and then the following week we'll talk about
the Universal report.
Yeah, the Universal report. I'll be able to talk about Barrels and Bites, how Coaster Mania was, and then also be able to talk about, it'll be a little bit old news, but the Carowin announcement, and see what's new over there and what's going on over there. So Evan, let's close it out, and then I will end it.
Yep. Like Carson said, I'm out in Orlando next week at Universal. So no show next week. In and Out's mid, X2 sucks, and Knott's Berry Farm is one of the best parks on the planet. See you next week, or see you in 2 weeks.
And make sure that you join us at Coaster Mania and at 5:30 p.m. for our Ride and Snap on Magnum. We're meeting right in front of the Magnum sign. Hope everybody can come on out and come enjoy us, and let's have some fun. And thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to the Rundown on Fun. Don't forget to follow us on social media for all the latest updates from Six Flags Entertainment. And remember, always be kind to your ride operators. See you soon.